is first. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be coming to the bands and picks, the drafting here. Our potential first game of the day.
Yep, this is going to be really, really tough here from both of these sides as they want to be able to steal wins away from each other. EVOS wants to keep their perfect record, and Notorious Villains, just like the name themselves, want to steal away a game from EVOS SG. Natalia being the first ban of the day, followed up by Link, the Assassins, saying, hell no, don't want to get sniped.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. And the thing is, this, I'm pretty much sure not only did they ban the Link mainly because of how mobile he is and how dangerous he is going towards that backline, but mainly because how Pokemon performance coming in from last week. Absolutely insane. Definitely hasn't beat the record of Fix coming out from Geek fan who had 15-0 on the Link, but Pokemon is still able to bring to the table the amount of damage for the Link plays.
Oh my goodness, looks like EVOS SG are looking to get rid of the Claude as well. Looks like they've done quite some preparation here. Natalia being a very, well, in this case, a notorious pick for NV this time.
Yep.
And the same goes for Claude, just the safety of it in general. Forcing Chen in this tough position where, oh, I might have to play the side lane role because I might not have access to my usual marksman.
Yeah, and the cool thing about it is that they also ban out the Claw mainly because NV for the past few games has been always locking out the Claw for themselves. So getting rid of the Claw, what is NV going to do now? There are other options open for them like the Bruno for the early game, but now I think it's going to be a bit dicey because first pick coming from the side here is the Uranus, and with the Uranus going to be picked out, NV is going to lock down any teamfight potential, like the Atlas, and even trying to steal the Kaja for themselves, not allowing EVOS actually to get an opportunity.
This is a really good opener coming in from NV because it doesn't really reveal too much about what cores are going to be coming out. However, the support picks do give a lot of versatility to the team itself, having some great pick potential and team play and team fight capabilities here. EVOS respond with both Popol and Koopa as well as the Lo Yi.
Now this is going to be very scary. We already mentioned how scary and how versatile it is and how great he is, Popol Koopa, as a support, able to lock down from a distance, shield himself, and also give like a sort of like a mini surveillance with that purple trap or purple surprise they call it. But on the side with the Lowy, great wave clear, and also we saw from yesterday how ONIC Esports really utilized it perfectly alongside with Aura Fire, whether to be using it as a disengage or engagement here.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Looks like NV are hovering over the far side. They finally lock it in. So now they've got some great sieging capabilities here. So again, it still makes their composition even more versatile here because now EVOS need to find a way to get some strong engage mechanics to either disrupt the far side enough or eventually fall back to an assassin of some sort or something along those lines just to disrupt that far side.
Yeah, but in this case, like right now, NV really needs to try to figure out on what hero they really want to ban out here. Because if I'm really them right now, I really want to get rid of that Jawhead or any kind of fighter that is really engaging here. Because when you have a Kaja on the other side of your team here, you really want to try to avoid any team fight potential.
Yeah, and now they're banning out the marksmans here, and they're really putting a pinch on it. So EVOS, they could look to ban out the final one being the carry, and then looking to pick up either Kimmy or the Roger for themselves. But it looks like Kimmy is going to be the priority here, putting NV in a position where they have to decide. Oh, looks like they go for the Granger instead, allowing EVOS to have access to carry, which isn't too bad, especially since there is an Atlas for the side of NV.
Yep. A lot of damage, a lot of back, but the thing is a lot of backline. I'm just a little bit concerned on the fact that is NV's front line going to be enough? Are they a little bit too dedicated on catching someone or even trying to outburst or outdamage someone in any of those team fights here?
It's really tough to say, but EVOS looking to complete their composition here. Yep, the carry was expected, but instead they go for the Jawhead. I like this.
I also was mentioning that NV really need to try to prioritize that ban on that Jawhead because that Jawhead, regardless of what kind of situation, if he gets an endless battle, any one of them gets caught is literally a dead team fight. They cannot really engage or even try to recover from it at all.
Yeah, and it looks like, I mean, EVOS actually looks like they want to play a little bit more picky. They want to scale into this game really, really nicely so. But Notorious Villains, they could play aggressive. Level 4 seems to be in their favor.
Last pick, Xbox. Decent fight.
So much damage.
They're literally dedicating to just either the Kaja, either Siren catching anyone with the Divine Judgment, or Kolya landing those beautiful ultimates. And the thing is this, we already been saying before, even though he's able to land such a beautiful ultimate, but he's not really consistent with his positioning as well. So I hope in this game he learned from last week that this time positioning is also everything, not just landing a perfect ultimate, but making sure he's able to be in a position where his teammate is able to follow up with his perfect engagement.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm not sure which composition I'd like to lean more towards, because honestly, I'm leaning more towards Envy in this particular situation because of the versatility of their composition.
Right.
However, EVOS SG, that one Jawhead already makes me think, oh boy, Farsa and Granger are going to have a little bit of a tough time because they have to really worry about where this Jawhead is going to be. And if that Jawhead has high and dry, you know it's full damage Jawhead.
Yeah, and just absolutely ridiculous. It's just really going to be really hard for them. And the thing is this, EVOS actually for sure, they also realize Envy is going to be depending on that level 4. They really want to get out those levels really fast. You're going to see EVOS actually going to be absolutely aggressive, and also possibly you might see a couple of invades coming from the side in that jungle. By the way, beautiful cinematics on the land of the dawn. Beautiful. I just love to see this in the first day of my day before I enter such an amazing tournament such as this.
Yep, absolutely, and it's great. Production really put a lot of effort in it. You can definitely see it as well. But now we are going straight into this game. EVOS versus Todak in their first matchup of today. Wow, that is not right. Not right at all. Envy versus EVOS SG coming up in this particular game here. Let's see how they play this out. As you can see, the lane assignments, they've already taken the first wave, and Granger, with the help of his support, will be able to take down this red buff as they slowly rotate back into the mid lane.
You can also see at the bottom side, they're going to be going with this 1-3-1 kind of build. But anyway, it looks like JPL going to be seeing if he can try to harass a little bit, because he saw Collier as once again, there could have been a safer route for him to go towards that blue buff, but instead push forward. That allowed JPL to trade in a couple of hits with that rotation, and now Collier just had to slowly regen back.
Personally, I do think that in this particular situation that EVOS need to rotate towards bottom side, because again, Jawhead does have the ejector, and it's not like it's impossible for him with the flicker to make something happen there. Maybe even forcing Chan into a tough spot. Maybe setting up a dive even. Oh, the Faraga armor broke onto Chan here. Now the rest of the team is going to be jumping onto Pokemon. He can't seem to get on out of there as 4 members have collapsed right on top of him. Even before level 4, they look to get another catch, and EVOS reply with their own, picking off Farsa.
Now that's the thing, right? Like, I mean, sure, I agree with they should have went to the bot lane to prioritize that Jawhead a little bit more, because once Soul gets online, it's absolutely be insanely hard to stop him too. But the thing is, another point I want to point out is that after they pushed out, fine, great, they gotta kill Uranus, gave a little bit of space for Chen to farm up a little bit, but Farsa, Hua, one of their backline cores shouldn't be caught towards the back as he was rotating back.
He should have taken a safer path, but now once again they're going to dive onto Pokemon here. They're making sure that Uranus is having a tough time in the lane. However, a lot of resources have been used to actually try and pick him off. This might be an opportunity for EVOS SG. As we can see down on bottom side, they're already invading the jungle.
Dude, I just love it. They're EVOS SG prioritization, right? You force stop. I'm pretty sure Uranus is not going to die. I can pressure bottom a little bit more, even forcing Sen to go back, give more space for the Jawhead. Just look at Jawhead right now. Soul is already level 4, and Sen is still level 3.
Yep. Collier just trying his best to fight to get the catch. He quickly flickers out of the way, seeing that Aeon is walking a little too close here, using Koopa as a great way to harass, but making sure the utility from Aeon is giving him information and creating space for the team.
Now even Collier has to be forced to back up, because he just noticed that Aeon already hitting level 4. That's going to be the alpha. Now they are willing to dive and really to invade this jungle to get this buff for themselves. But a lot of them is going to be a little bit careful, because Hua is going to be transforming, going to be hunting it down. No, it's not going to be level 4 yet, but Uranus selling Pokemon is going to be trying here to punish to get this 1-to-1 trade here, trying to look for a couple more kills. But with the Divine Judgment coming alive by Siren, will drag Pokemon a bit back. But here's the Uranus flicker is going to be committed, and Siren will get the final kill on Pokemon.
I love how Envy is playing. They want to be aggressive. JPL trying to turn this around, trying to look for a kill onto Prince, but he doesn't. And now he has to slowly rotate back out. Can he get his ultimate off in time to save his life? But he can't even do that, as it gets cancelled immediately once Collier gets on top of him.
Yeah, but still happening across on the other map as well. Soul going with the ejector, doing quite the amount of damage. Now coming with the side of Aeon with the elbow move. Locking it out. Sian gets a little bit down low. No Divine Judgment yet. No Fatal Links either. They have to slowly back up, despite having, even though they had a great initiative, they had a great judgment, they cannot be too overly committed for this.
Yeah, EVOS knows that they can scale into this game, so they're taking their time, taking any kind of like side objectives if they can, invading the jungle, and just overall great macro play.
Even though like we've been seeing a couple of fights, a couple of wins coming from the side of NB, but if you saw on the minimap as well, nothing is going to waste. Jawhead, or in this case, Soul, is just constantly just trying to get as much resources for himself while the fight's happening on the other side. Collier tries to invade with a little bit with the perfect match. Aeon get a little bit down low with the Feather Airstrike. Go to the field, he pulls it back into the energy impact. of Hua. That's going to be a nice, easy pickup for him.
Yep, I think Aeon disrespected the range coming in from Farsa there, and now Pokemon able to salvage the situation as he cuts down 2 members by himself as they were too low to actually deal with the rampaging Uranus coming from the backside.
Now it's definitely getting a little bit more clear that Notorious Vs is getting the short end of this stick here, because not only are they getting a little bit more control of that map, Jawhead, Soul still left unattended in that bot lane.
Yeah, I definitely think that they should have been looking to punish the Jawhead a little bit more, but instead they play. Oh, the Divine Judge, man! They're making sure Pokemon does not have a good time. And as I was about to get to my point, Notorious Villains, they are really bogging down Pokemon.
Yeah. And the thing is, I just love that this time in this game, Notorious really utilizing that Kaja. The minute it gets off cooldown, they're just constantly looking for people, trying to catch anyone they can, and just literally bombard him to next Sunday.
Oh, this is going to be really, really tough here because now NV, right? EVOS has been playing the map so well. They've been stealing buffs, making sure they get all the neutral objectives as well. They have secured both turtles and top of 3 turrets. So a lot of that goal lead is just due to just normal neutral objectives across the map that NV haven't been able to respond to because they're trying to be proactive. Kolya gets 2. This is looking pretty good as the Death Sonata does come out. The backline's in trouble as Chen quickly coming in with the last Insanity. She's in a lot of trouble now, flickering out that. But Xian coming in with a big Divine Judgment onto Potato, forcing it back. But the backline is in a lot of trouble as Soul is here with the unstoppable force. He does pick up Hua, and now they're running to Pokemon. He wants to be the very best that no one ever was, and his real test is right now as he tries to catch them all.
Oh my god, dude, just absolutely insane. And the thing is, what is like, sure, Notorious Villa had the upper hand in the initial stage, but I felt like they should have been a little bit too greedy because most importantly, they had no knowledge, no idea where Soul is going to be coming from, and they got punished hard because the only front line that they have is literally Kolya. And Kolya already used his pretty much the only defensive skill that can actually try to slow down Souls. And pretty much,
I think at this point, like, a lot of credit has to go over to Soul, just looking for that angle. Now, Kolya and Aeon are going to have a bit of a scuffle. I don't think it's going to escalate too far, but Farsa and Loyi are very nearby just in case it does escalate even further.
Yeah, but map control is definitely on the side of EVOS SG, definitely hitting all of that objective. They're literally playing for the long game. They know they can scale. They want to see, they make sure they can scale all the way and efficiently as well.
Yep, and you can see Potato was able to buy his endless battle here. Kolya in trouble! Unfortunately, the perfect match won't be able to go through. Oh, and even with a bit of salt there coming in from Soul, drops down the exclusive Harith emote. Limited to EVOS SG.
Oh, limited edition too, my god, that is definitely true as well.
Limited to EVOS. Limited to EVOS specifically.
By the way, Pokemon still being the news here, Chen has to be careful as well, but I'm pretty happy that actually managed to reach Chen, because Chen wasn't really playing last week. It was actually, Earls was actually going to be swapped out with Chen here. Let's see whether it's going to be bring a different composition towards the table here. Yeah,
and now Envy losing a lot of map control here. Kolya can't really be proactive on the map as the rest of the team. Oh, Perfect Links does actually bring, Kupal. He was trying to get Popol as well, but unfortunately that Alpha Wolf going to keep Kupal alive a little bit longer here as Kolya, he doesn't have his ultimate to make the play, but Chen, she's holding back as many people as possible, waiting for those big ticket ultimates to re-engage into this fight.
Yep. And I also just love the fact Xian also realizing her position and how important she is, instantly just slowly covering, but whoa! The amount of damage coming from the rotation, my god.
Yep, they just have to keep holding their ground here. There's nothing much they can do. The mid-game is in favor of EVOS as they take away every single neutral objective on the map, even though Notorious Villains were being the aggressors in the early stages of the game.
I mean, that's pretty much why they have to try to be as aggressive as possible, because they know once they hit the level 4, we saw them being aggressive and they started being quite close to level 4, because once they know once they hit that level spike, they need to be as aggressive as possible. They need to try to get any advantages they can, but they just kept, even though there was some engagement that was really beneficial for them, Souls just kept punishing.
Yep, and now Prince just bought his Blade of Despair. This is going to be a huge buy for him because anybody who is going to be under 50% HP is at risk to getting one shot from that Death Sonata. So they just have to be very, very careful here. But Envy are going to get starved out. They're not even allowed to walk out of their base. EVOS SG just gatekeeping them within their base.
Oh my god, dude. Everything is just looking really optimal for both teams. And I think it's, even though it looks a little bit like the kill score definitely is pretty much even now, but you look in terms of objective, goal lead 8,000 goal lead, followed by 6 towers objective. Not a single tower has fallen towards the side here of Notorious Villains. just yet.
Yeah, but despite, you know, the fact that EVOS SG is looking to play that hyper carry composition, just look at their side laners. Both Uranus as well as the Jawhead are actually going pretty close to Potato. And Potato, he has slowed down his build quite significantly because of the lack of masks coming in from EVOS. But Pokemon, he really needed the gold, especially for how much time and how much pressure he was absorbing up in the top lane. And the same goes to Jawhead as well, that because of the pressure pulled by Uranus, he's able to buy both Blade of Heptases as well as an Endless Battle. And now the fight actually begins, and Xian is going to go down one shot by Soul. That backline Pokemon, he absolutely doesn't care with the rest of the damage coming in from Envy. They're just a little too weak for their liking. Kolea goes down, but he still had immortality. They're going to heal back up into base and look to push this wave. Soul, what a flicker! He jumped Prince and ejected him over the wall. A quick follow-up, but now Soul is going to bite the dust as Hua was ready to punish him in this manner. Envy and EVOS are unrelenting.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And then also a really smart decision coming from the side here of EVOS SG, not being a little bit too greedy, although beautiful, like seriously, a stellar performance, stellar flicker coming from the side of Soul. You really cannot underestimate Jawhead in any way, not only because he has the ability to actually nuke you down, but also the ability to actually reposition you with that ejector. It's not really short range at all. He can actually toss you quite away from towards a position which you're definitely not comfortable with. And EVOS SG, knowing that they're losing quite the amount of members, especially even though yes, Pokemon is still alive, still quite healthy inside the base, but they also realize he doesn't really have consecration anymore. He really cannot.
Yeah, he can't really, like, you know,
he cannot stay there too long. He cannot stay there any longer than that, especially with Soul's gone out of the mix here. They decide to go with the safer option and just back off.
It's interesting to see because Envy is still holding on, and I think at this point in time, EVOS SG is going to have full control until the late game, and Envy is just waiting to get full item builds before they can really start retaliating here. And I think objective control, naturally, I would say Envy is better at is going to be better at engaging a more clumped group because that's what they want. And
oh my god! And he also got the endless battle now. This guy, like we saw him just like one shot somebody. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, given the opportunity, he's gonna 1v5 everybody.
And he's already on his way to buy the Queen's Wings as well. The Luminous Lord is now walking up, and EVOS SG purposely didn't want to take the Lord until it transformed. So, okay, well played to EVOS SG because they might net themselves a free inhibitor turret off of that Luminous Lord charge.
Oh my god, dude. Now things is just not looking. Now everything is just looking very good for Notorious. They need to try to figure out how they're going to be defending. But anyway, coming from the side here, Kolea gets a little bit off guard. He has his Fatalist. He can try to engage, but there's a little bit too many enemies here. Not really finding the right person to go for it either. On the other side, Soul pushing towards that bot lane. Grandeur, our dear friend Prince, the Prince of Darkness, able to get one kill for himself, but that's going to be at the cost of 2 towers, 2 objectives, and even the top tower will go down very shortly.
Oh, Soul nearly getting the catch onto Hua, but now, Kolea trying to make the play here, gets onto JPL, and successfully is able to knock him down for a little bit to buy time for the rest of the team, but you can see that while he's trying his best with a Feathered Airstrike just to clear as much as he can, Soul one-shotting Prince like it was nothing!
Oh my god, that was absolutely beautiful. I did say yesterday, very cute, so cute. You know, you can't stop it as well. Not just cute, but you also have the firepower to really back it up. Crystal's already almost, let's just say, about 60% HP down here. Souls, I mean, he's having the time of his life.
Yeah.
Pure damage, no need to worry. I mean, sure, he got Queen's Wings now, but like...
That's true, but you kind of have to give it to Envy here because they were able to defend it enough to deter EVOS from going for the core. And now the Crystal is still alive, and Envy still has a good opportunity to win this game. EVOS has to wait for the next Lord, and Notorious villains in that time will scale up to 40k, meaning that Prince, all he has to do is wait to jump into the fight much later on, and Soul, he's got his eyes off Prince.
I don't think it's just Prince. I think anyone in particular we can catch. But of course, priority targeting, of course, it's going to be Hua here. That's going to be the Forester. Getting rid of any alternative. But then we're coming back to the beautiful Fatality. But Sally is going to be Kolea and instantly shredded down to size here. Jen trying to stay as live as possible, although we'll be losing the Fergal armor. But Pokemon just diving into the mix here. Chen trying to run for his life. But Pokemon just doing so much damage. Everyone's so down low. Forced to back off. Chen is still alive. Sorry, scratch that. Not for long. Instantly deleted. The Crystal is open for the taking. 4-man standing. And oh my god, the low E coming in from JPL. Popping off. Pokemon not even allowing Prince to even back up to safety.
Yep, and now they're going onto Hua here. Pokemon trying to regenerate as much as he can as Kolya needs to save the day. JPL will, with the help of Popo and Koopa, will end this game 1.
Dude, really great. Everything is so great about each of those fights.
Safe.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to really go for the Selena ban either.
I mean, true. Oh, yeah, looks like the Selena ban does actually go through, and NV will have access to Claude once again. But don't forget that they are also going to have EVOS is also going to have access to it as well, and they're going to get first pick.
Now that's the thing, with the Selena ban, the Lane, and Natalia as well, do you think they're going to be going for the Uranus ban or the Kufra one? Or would it be a little bit more priority on the certain other picks?
I'm not too sure here, because now that they banned out the Selena, it kind of changes up the draft pattern here. This is a very different opening coming in from EVOS SG. They're really making sure that Kolya can't really play that support role as well, but NV realizing that Uranus is a bit of an issue. Let's get rid of him straight away and then look to build fighters later on.
With the Esmeralda pick coming on the side, EVOS SG.
They have to play carry.
Oh yeah, no choice.
EVOS planned this out. This is really smart of them. Instead of going for the Claude opening, they play the Esmeralda, knowing that NV has the option of playing Claude. However, his Blazing Duet, it's going to get sucked up. That shield, it's not going to protect him as much as he thinks, but it's still a really safe marksman.
Still very safe, very great hyper carry as well, but it's going to be hard to deal with. Esmeralda is going to be taking us quite a amount of damage, but coming on the side here, Low Yi. The thing is, normally nowadays when I see Low Yi, I'm not going to picture her as a disengaging hero anymore, but ooh, what a great Kaja Pikachu. I really love that.
Yeah, and Atlas, yep.
Now, okay, now the tables, literally the tables has turned. First game, Kaja and Atlas went to the side of Notorious Vs. Now it's she's turned to say, hey, let me show you how we do it. And it's a really scary combo. Just picture this. Atlas, Fatal Lane's combo, 3-man, 2 or 3-man, regardless of how many he managed to catch, into Pokemon's Falling Star.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to be going. They're going to go with Popo and Koopa this time. Looks like the roles have kind of switched for both of these teams. They are mimicking each other from the previous draft. However, they're taking each other's compositions because now NV very much looking so similar, especially with mid mage being Lo Yi as well as the Popo and Koopa here. The question is, who is going to go into that side lane? And that side lane, oh, it's open up for business now that Uranus is off the table.
Oh my god. It's pretty interesting. We saw Notorious Village does playing the Jawhead as well. Jawhead is good. I mean, yeah, we've been saying for just not Jawhead is going to be banned out. It has to be banned out if you really do know on the user case, because if they don't learn from the next lesson, this is going to be punished really hard. But Damo is going to be the final. Notorious Village, come on, get in. Any ideas?
I mean, they could go for the X-Borg, they could blind the X-Borg here, but it's still, I would say it's really tough. No matter what the pick is going to be, EVOS is going to go to counter-react them. I think they kind of, EVOS planned this really, really well. Like, this is a EVOS favorite draft, and I definitely feel like the pressure coming in from Kolya, because now realizing with the opening that he did with the Lo Yi and the Claude, realizing, ah, shucks, that might not necessarily be the greatest opening.
Oh man, in most cases, some people say they might have gotten out drafted here, but you know what they say? Not necessarily a certain composition may win the game. It depends on how
they're gonna play Angela Fanny.
Oh man, please,
Hayabusa Fanny? Hellcurt Fanny?
Rick, oh no, how about both?
Honestly, I'm expecting to see one of them to turn into Angela. Like, I'm waiting for that. Like, one of them has to go into Angela, right? Right? I'm not crazy to think that.
The thing is, it literally counts on how confident they are, though.
Are they?
Oh god, no. Oh no, it's a little bit safer.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay, so Potato going to be in the hyper carry Lancelot here, especially against a really squishy comp from NV. Definitely understandable. The Farsa as well, just to be an extra backline surveillance. So NV are going to struggle to look for any engagements coming in from EVOS SG. They still need to go for their final tank support pick. What is NV going to reply with?
And I also really love the Lancelot pick. Like, sure, I mean, there are many more other optional picks for them to go for here, but Lancelot with that.
Oh, so greedy. So greedy. Dude. No! Why? They have an Esmeralda!
Dude, right now I'm saying, oh my god, Kolya is like just sweating buckets.
No, he knows that this draft isn't exactly the best for NV's side, but EVOS really pushed them towards these picks. Like, Envy didn't really have much options towards the later side, and this is going to be a really tough game for Envy here as EVOS, great drafting. I'm pretty sure Aeon is the one who's in control of the draft. Well played. This game is going to be pretty interesting if Envy can pull this one out.
Oh, it's gonna be really difficult. There's not much frontliner. The only way you can depend on is gonna be the X-Bot. I'm pretty sure Chen is gonna be playing the X-Bot if I'm not mistaken.
Most likely, most likely.
Oh, now X-Bot in the front line on top of the hard guard. Literally, Envy is making a lot of bets. It had. I'm pretty sure they're gonna make this huge gamble that it has to be enough. But with the Esmeralda and everything involved,
it's really hard to say. Yeah, like
it's a rough game, man.
Personally, I think Envy, if they're looking to punish, they need to kill Esmeralda super early on. They need to slow her down. Lancelot is less of a problem, especially with Angela, because you can just, oh yeah, Hearthguard your main carry and just be like, oh well, your perfect execution is useless.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Oh, just love it how you dragged it out, by the way. Anyway, Curse of Crow is going to be landed doing quite a little bit of damage. And as usual, we all know Popo Kuba, quite the nuisance during the early game.
Yeah.
Going to be bringing JP a little bit down low. Definitely not enough. Oh my god. By the way, we're going to be seeing a perfect match coming up from Aeon. Oh, I guess he just wasn't really looking for any major fight. He just wanted to see whether it was there an opportunity. But Aeon just gets a little bit punished a little bit because the Angela, really, you cannot underestimate the Angela love waves at all.
Yeah, EVOS playing a 1-3-1 composition while NV also playing a 1-3-1. They want to control this bot side as much as they can as they pick up the Lethal Wanderer. And now Prince going over to his blue buff. And I think, you know, overall, EVOS is in a pretty strange position because the early game they're pretty much not going to be able to do way too much until they hit level 4.
Yep.
And I think Envy just need to be proactive across the map. Kolya, he's going to get caught out here by the perfect match coming in from Aeon, and now Chen caught in. The Firaga armor has been broken. Pokemon is just going to auto attack Chen to death, even with the max gauge. Ooh, nice play. Okay, but unfortunately the Ring of Order coming in from Potato. Both flickers being expanded. However, Envy will not come up top. Wow! Going to be another pick-off coming out for the side of EVOS. Can they keep this up?
Dude, the decision-making and execution coming from the side of EVOS actually was amazing. Knowing, realizing that, sure, Kolya definitely was trying his best to try to be a nuisance towards that blue buff as much as possible. But when they realized, like, hey, we clear it out.
Oh wait, is Soul gonna get Soul killed by Siren?
Oh, that's very unlikely, by the way. But just coming back, like, they realized, like, sure, we cleared the blue buff. We're hitting level 2, you're still level 1. We'll punish you. You're still here, we'll punish you. We'll get you.
I mean, that is the idea. Oh my god, please.
Ooh, that's gonna be coming to Flicker, dude.
This is a call for a dive. NV need to dive here because Soul, this is their only opportunity, but unfortunately they get caught out as EVOS were ready and prepared for the potential dive. Prince trying his best to actually get out as much damage onto Soul, but Soul is just sucking away his shields from sucking out his shields. Pumping on the string is able to slow it enough for the battle, but able to catch him off. EVOS, Envy has turned this around, and the perfect match coming in for Aeon to bail on out of there. What looked to be like a great counter gank from EVOS turned up to be a free pick for NV. Wow.
Dude, really great like reaction coming from the side of NV. They realized that, okay, this fight is getting a little bit drawn out. Please send someone to back me up. And the best part about it is that Blazing Duo is going to be used. Already sucked quite the amount of damage. But anyway, Pokemon trying to see if we can try to get a little bit amount of damage as well. Going to be committing the execution and will execute Chen in her place.
It's just good to see Pokemon, you know, playing an assassin here. Oh, it looks like Kolya is taking quite a bit of damage.
Fatal Links, level 4 already.
Oh no, he's dead. There's no way he survives from it, and they also save the Fatal Links as well. So EVOS just min-maxing and utilizing their ultimates and resources as best as they can.
And the best part about it, Aeon knows that Turtle's out as well. He really trying to zone them out as much as possible. Not only just trying to get a junk buff for themselves, but they want to see whether they have an opportunity to take this Turtle without being contested.
And right now, Sam is just kiting out this Esmeralda, making sure that she is not having a fun time here. But I do think Envy need to put more priority and be more proactive down on Esmeralda's side, just so that, you know, Claude, in the later stages of the game, that she doesn't scale.
Oh, this is going to be the crazy one. Gets lured in a little bit. Popo Akuma Kolya has the back up a little bit, but sadly the Dawn Rose coming from the Lancelot, coming from Pokemon himself. Let me tell you something, when he's going to catch them all, he is going to catch them all eventually.
He really is doing a good job on this Lancelot. He's being proactive and he's not afraid to use his abilities because he has an escape mechanism to get out. He's not using the perfect execution as a way to pick it up. Oh, Hua goes down. Prince, he's going on with a big Hearth Guard here. However, Pokemon's coming in with a the Fatal Links for Aeon. Great prediction. Sienna Kolya just being chunked out. 75% of their HP just gone with one Thorn Rose. Pokemon is huge.
Dude, the worst part, Thorn Rose on the side of rotation instantly forces out Sien and Kolya to go back to base instantly.
Wow, and he only has the jungle item. He hasn't even gotten his first main item. Potato just buying a Calamity Reaper? Excuse me?
Man, this guy is on... This guy's an overdrive, you know?
Yeah, and you can see that Potato, he's been designated to go into the side lane as a support side laner to clear the waves, and now they're trying to pick up Chan. Chan, no Firaga armor. This might decide. EVOS rotating as well as Envy, knowing that a dive is imminent.
No final insanity either, but the most you need to keep your eye on Aeon because he's currently hiding in the bush. They don't know that. Goes with the Annihilator, so much damage instantly. He will get Aeon will be able to get one kill for himself. But remember, Fatal Links is still online. Gonna be committing, gonna be pushing around in the base. Another easy kill for themselves. They still have the team fight composition, and the best part about it, no major ults used. Only they still can commit another team fight should it happen soon.
Hey, telling you, min-maxing your resources is the best way to play. And now Prince going up against a very difficult matchup in Soul. Soul doesn't have his ultimate, so he can't really jump onto Prince just yet. Prince forced to kind of pull backwards here, looking for more jungle creeps, as you can tell by his emblems. But as you can tell by his emblems itself. Oh, wait,
oh no, thankfully.
Kolya had to purify, thank God. But now Soul coming in for the backflame, already chunking on Kolya as well as Xian here. Soul, ooh, playing with fire a little bit.
But that's totally fine. Kolya really has to back and out, getting a little bit too down low. Potato gets caught in a really unfortunate position there, allowing Chen to get a kill for himself. But Pokemon out to catch them all instantly. Nothing is stopping the world champion. Almost get a triple kill for himself, but will be denied as his dear friend Aeon and JPL will take those 2 kills off his hands.
Man, really looks like EVOS SG has taken a little bit of the playbook from EVOS Legends themselves. They are proactive. They are min-maxing to, I don't want to say to the max because it's redundant, but the utilization of their spells is just so well played.
Dude, the best part is just the real patience coming out from each of these players. Like, even they know, like for example, Pokemon really knows when to use the spells and also at the same time, and the same goes for the rest of the team members of EVOS SG. They are so patient. They know when to commit spells, when not to.
Yeah, and you can already see that Envy forces the
max. 3 men!
What a huge play coming in for Aeon with a flicker and the perfect match. Soul still able to kill the backline. Envy has been wiped out. A savage coming in from Pokemon with a KDA of 10, 0, and 7. He doesn't want those assists. He wants to be their executioner.
I mean, technically his ultimate is called Execute, so definitely he is the only executor for Envy for today. Aeon, just a beautiful Fatal Link by the way, but Hua, oh my god, Hua instantly followed out with the feathered airstrike. Oh my lord, so much damage, and Hua was trying her best to try to clear out this wave with the team, but just gets retaliated instead.
This is such a difficult game for Envy because now EVOS not only making sure that the early game was in their favor, mid-game where they shine the most. Envy is just struggling to keep up with the rotational pressure as EVOS continues to play it from all sides of the map.
Pokemon, man, still farming and still making sure to split the lane. I just love it. EVOS SG, despite having the advantages, they're never sticking too much. They're never just going one group. They're making sure they're able to split push in each lane, able to time it just right when they really want to hit the base or force a fight. Even though while in the fighting, other lanes are being pushed in to try to get objectives by their own.
Yeah, and you can see that Pokemon is so comfortable on these assassins. You see Potato playing, multi-role on both sides, but now they're going for a huge engage again. Aeon, he's finding those perfect matches, and Soul as well. They are all looking for catches. They know and understand that they are so strong. Xian getting chucked out, forcing the flicker out of the perfect execution, but unfortunately, that's going to be Hua hitting the bricks, and Prince once again is caught out, but again, we're talking about Soul. That Heart Guard isn't going to protect him. Those shields aren't going to be enough, and Pokemon isn't going to put his focus there. Thorn Rose and the perfect execution to dodge it. Kolya, can he catch him off with Kupal? And yes, they do. Then the third Rose comes once again off cooldown. Pokemon survives.
Man, Pokemon, just like yesterday, one of our 2 players really loved to dance on this Tyro, really playing this tangle of death, but he has the damage to really back it up. 2 towers going to be fall on the side here. Aeon just not just Pokemon, the rest of the team here, exceptional plays coming from everyone here.
It's looking so good for EVOS here as they're playing a methodical game. They're taking all the objectives, and there's nothing Envy can do as they can't even walk out of their base without fight. Aeon, he catches. Oh, Chen this time, not exactly the most priority target, and this might be it. Envy going in with a big ultimate. The last insanity coming through. Pokemon has to force backwards. Soul all by himself using the Starmie Fall to get on out there. But Aeon, he's trying to make some distance between him and Envy. Kolya is going to get chunked out as JPL controls the area, forcing Envy back.
Yo, better airstrike. You really cannot. You do JPL alone for too long, but the divine attachment catching Prince once again. Even more kills happening all over the place here. You really can't tell what's gonna be happening. Even diving the fountain. They're not leaving this last first game without getting all 5 men off that checklist.
What a clean game.